You're listening to the Out of the Cave podcast with your host, Junior and the Captain. This is a podcast where we talk about things going on in the world and share opinions without worrying about political correctness. Remember, it's all about respect, keeping an open mind, and always having a good time. ¿Cómo le va, compadre? ¿Qué más?
What's up, Captain?
How you doing, brother?
This is on Telemundo today?
Yeah, no. I wanted to start something different, right? Might as well. By the way, I just learned that today on one of those Spanish learning apps.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
¿Cómo le va?
Yeah, that was cool, right?
¿Cómo le va, padre?
Shit, I know.
Is that what you said?
I said, ¿cómo le va, compadre?
Oh, compadre.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, very nice.
I even got the damn accent good, right?
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, no one would ever know I'm French.
I like it, man.
Yeah.
We are global, but I think
That's true.
our fans so far have been in Russia,
in Albania,
and France.
and then here in the States.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I speak very, very little French,
Yeah.
and I don't know. I mean, I know.
Je parle français.
Je parle français.
Yeah.
Je t'aime mal de tête.
Oh, yeah. Oh, shit. Don't say that, bro.
I just
Come on, man. My parents are listening to this thing.
I only know a few. I can get by. I can watch French movies, actually.
Yeah. No, you know what? I mean, it's so close to Spanish.
Yeah.
I definitely could make it out.
Yeah.
You know, obviously with the Italian also.
Right.
The Portuguese, I can definitely make it out.
Yeah. No, I watch French movies.
Not every single word, you know, but.
No, I can get by, and I can get by in Italian movies also. But
yeah.
But like there was a movie called Amelie that came out a long time ago, which I love that movie. It was very special.
Every time I think about that movie, the only thing I could really, really focus on is that girl's haircut, man. Yeah. Or the hairdo, right?
That was like her.
No, I know, but I'm just saying that's what comes to mind every time you'll mention that movie. You know?
Yeah. No, I really love that movie, but the reason why I like it is because I gave it a shot without knowing that I would be able to follow along.
Yeah.
And I did,
it
and it sucked me into the whole world, and yeah, it was a really good movie.
I've never seen it, but like I said, I've seen it, or I remember that movie because of that girl's hair. I guess in the poster.
Yeah, Audrey Tautou.
That's what it is?
Yeah.
Damn. All right.
I remember it. It was a very good movie. I encourage everyone out there to go see it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go see it. Was it like 30 years old, that movie?
Man,
approximately.
You're making me feel old if you make me think about it.
Don't let me look it up, bro, because it's probably like 30 years old.
No, it can't be 30.
You don't think? Well, now I'm look it up. Go ahead, man.
It's like 20.
We'll look it up.
20, 21.
Sheesh.
But yeah, so
it's old, though.
So welcome to the Out of the Cave podcast with Junior and the Captain. Man, here we are, another Friday night, getting ready to talk about what's going on. Yeah. While Captain is looking up the age of
19 years.
See, I said 20. Dang. I said 20.
It's close.
I love that movie. So go check out Amelie. It's a French movie, but if you speak Spanish, you'll be able to follow along. It's very, very magical and beautiful, and I don't think they make movies like that these days. What?
With subtitles?
I think it does have subtitles, but when I first saw it, I didn't see it with subtitles.
No? Okay.
And then I bought the DVD and I watched it with the subtitles, and I was amazed that I knew what was going on. But it's a really good movie.
Right. Well, it's on HBO Max, so I'm gonna check it out.
There you go. You know, I have HBO, and I think I have access to HBO Max.
Yeah, you should have.
But they made it a little complicated. Like I had to take more than 1 or 2 steps, and I was just like, forget it. To set it up. Like it said, go to this website and enter in your AT&T ID, but I don't know what my AT&T ID is. I've never logged into it.
No, but what do you have? You have
DirecTV.
Well, no, so then that's the ID.
I know, but I've never
AT&T, DirecTV, same shit.
But I've never logged into DirecTV. So I tried it once and I couldn't get it to work on my phone.
Oh, yeah?
And then I just abandoned hope.
I know, because I pay all that stuff online, man. So I know the access code.
No,
and I'm not telling you.
I gotta figure it out. Is. I need some free AT&T.
Yeah.
Here we are, another Friday. Man, what a crazy week as usual.
Yeah, man.
It's funny and not funny, but I feel like every time we're getting ready to do this podcast and we come up with our ideas and we kind of discuss what we're gonna go over.
Something
happens, it's like late breaking news and stuff, and no different today, right?
Woke up this morning. No, you know what? I actually went to bed late and I heard. You know what, man? I thought maybe I thought it was a dream, but I woke up this morning and they said, "Oh yeah, Trump test positive for COVID," and I'm like, "Oh shit!"
Yes.
And I was like, "Did I think about? Did they mention that maybe before I went to bed?" No. And I don't think they did, right? Because didn't he find out like at 2-3 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah, something like he tweeted out late last night.
Yeah, so that's crazy, right?
It is kind of crazy. And what I thought was interesting was, if you think about it, this year started out very strongly for President Trump.
Yeah.
good economy. His numbers were up. Like, everybody was really happy. And I wonder if there's someone on the Democratic side of the aisle who's like into black magic or something, because the only thing that could have derailed Trump was we got to make the economy mess up, and we got to do something. And COVID came, boom, destroyed the economy, putting like a big chink in his armor, if you think about it.
Yeah.
And then someone must have been like doing some more voodoo or something, and they were like, give this guy COVID, and boom, now he's got COVID. So someone they go into some extreme lengths to mess this guy up.
Yeah, but then now you got to tell me, what if he beats this thing, and then it's going to be like Teflon Don?
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
Teflon Don.
I'll tell you what, and then we're just getting into this. No matter who the president is, no matter what party he's from, unless I'm not going to say no matter who it is, but no matter who the party is.
No, well, you have to say no matter who it is. I mean, you can't say that.
Well, I'm going to say, like, if it was like some, like, seriously, like, really, really bad guy, like, some people will say Trump. Some people will say that it is Trump. But my point is, in usual times, whether it's a Republican or Democrat, I would never wish ill will on the president.
Well, on nobody in general, man.
But I feel like
people are nuts, man.
People are nuts. And it's funny because you do see a lot of comments from people on social media, and they're saying things like, oh, I'm praying for the president. Meanwhile, last week, they were like, yo, fuck this motherfucker. I hope. No,
that's all bullshit too, man, because even today, I read a whole bunch of comments too that they're saying, there you go, you got what you wanted, or, some stupid shit like that.
Which that doesn't surprise me because people on the internet are really cruel.
Yeah, they're just ridiculous, man.
But I'm talking about like politicians and people in the media making jokes about him. I don't know. Look, we can all have our different opinions, but at the end of the day, he is the president of our country as a American.
A lot of people don't see it that way. It's bad. I mean, I told you, when the Obama administration, right? Mm-hmm. Many people, including myself, to be honest with you, at one point, I wasn't really feeling it. You know what I mean? Him as the president. Mm-hmm. But there was not one day that went by that I ever cursed that guy out or had ill will towards him or his family or anything like that. I just wasn't feeling his politics anymore. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I was just like, I don't like it. But never, ever, ever did I say I wish that guy dead or none of that nonsense. And that's the thing that, like, for me, I draw the line. That guy's still my president. You know what I mean? He represents my country, the United States.
Right.
And he's my president. You know what I mean? So how can I feel that way? But with this guy, oh my God, it's like
people are crazy. But I'll give you another example. I was traveling outside the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
a few years ago, and people, because it's America, people talk about what's going on in America. It's all over the media, and there were people who were insulting our government and insulting the president, and I had to like step up and even if I don't agree with the president or the policies or whatever, I'm not gonna let some foreigner, even though I'm in their land, but I'm not gonna let some foreigner
just
insult and disrespect my president. So we got into it, and it got a little bit heated, and that's not my style. But it's just like if you have a relative, a brother, sister, cousin, and maybe they're assholes or maybe they're jerks and they do something wrong. And like some people are stepping up to him and they want to fight. You still you got to back up your family, right? Like there's no way that I'm going to side with a stranger.
But that's the thing, man. The thing is that nowadays people out there, man, I don't know if they would do that. I mean, we're talking about us. For a fact that we're going to go down fighting. We're going to support our family. Right. And even if we have, different viewpoints and all that, we're going down fighting. That's us.
Right.
I just don't see it out there, man, in the general public. Because trust me, I've seen it. I've seen people call cops on other family members for stupid shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's amazing to me how just people do not give a fuck about family anymore.
Yeah.
Or even friendships for that matter. I mean, I'll give you a perfect example, and we always allude to this. Growing up, we've had many friends. Right, of all kinds, and we all know our little secrets, right? Everybody knows the little shit that we've done to each other, to other people, or just in general. You know what I mean? Now we're older, and the same people, we still have some sort of a bond, right? We were friends and we grew up this way, whatever.
Yes.
But for some reason, I don't know what happened. All of a sudden, like it's now you are with me or against me, right? And there's no matter what you say to these people, they're not going to change no more. So they're going to forget everything that you went through with them, and they're just going to now get into these beliefs and say, no, I can't be your friend no more, or defriend me. That was one of the things that I saw on the Facebook and all that stuff. If you, after debate, that's the other thing, right? We need to discuss the debate, man, because that shit was crazy. But after that debate, people were posting, if you are a Trump supporter, defriend me now. Don't, shit like that. I was like, what? Yeah. Whatever happened? Remember when I saved your life?
Yeah.
remember when you were drowning and I saved you? And I'm supporting this guy, so now I have to defriend you because you forgot all about that?
Right. Yeah, no.
It's crazy. I just don't get it, man.
I'm with you. I just don't understand. And it's just, maybe it's a sign of the times. Or maybe was this stuff happening always and I just didn't realize it? I don't know.
I don't think it was ever this bad, man.
Well, but think about it. The reason why is because we didn't have social media, these platforms back in the days. Maybe it was like that and we just didn't know because it was different.
But it's because, listen, forget about social media. It just comes up in conversation anyway. You know what I mean? Right. So, like, even if you didn't have social media and you just conversing with somebody, right away it starts. You know what I mean? So
I guess that's true.
Forget about social media. I mean, social media just makes it, enlarges the aspect that people, do these things. But small conversation, boom, it just blows up and it gets into that. Or even just with family. I mean, think about how many families out there really, some are liberal and some are conservative, and they can't have, Thanksgiving dinners together because of stuff like that. You know what I mean? Or they prepare themselves. They're like, okay, once we have our dinner, I'm going to go and take a walk because I know you guys are going to start talking about politics.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or some shit to that.
Yeah, that's true.
So they prepare,
So, look, I think at the end of the day, we both agree. We hope the president and his wife have a speedy recovery, get healthy, and get back to work.
Yeah, that's it, man.
And get back onto the join the circus again.
Back into the campaign trail, and just and knowing this guy, that guy could be on his deathbed, and he's still gonna be fighting. He's still gonna be doing work.
Yeah,
he's gonna be
a hard ass.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Yeah. So I don't see that guy going down anyway. And I wish him a speedy recovery also, and Melania and all the people that have been affected. I mean, I think a couple of senators and congressmen too, and
anyone. I don't care what side of the aisle you on. I don't wish that on anyone.
Remember in Cobra Kai, he says something like, when you're when you want to fight against the enemy or whatever, you want the enemy at its strongest, right?
Yes,
you don't want somebody going that, right? So that's the way I look at it too. Like, if you're gonna fight in this election or whatever, let's have both people at their strongest, and then you take them down. You want to take them down when they're strongest, not when they're weak, right? So let's hope this thing happens, that he gets better, and we continue on, and may the mightier win. That's it.
So speaking of fighting your enemy, the first presidential debate. What did you think?
You know what, man?
Well, I'm going to tell you my opinion real quick. America was a loser because it was definitely bad.
No, I feel the same way, man. Look. So before the debate, I said, I'm going to go get a nice big bag of Doritos. I'm going to have my peanut M&Ms, my sodas. I'm going to have my popcorn. Just like one of those big entertainment movies that I wanted to just like sit there and just enjoy and know that this one's going to go after this one and then he's going to come back and this and that or whatever, right? I did not expect from the moment that thing started that it was going to be like that. And listen, I get the tactics. I really do. But I think like in this particular case, like with President Trump, I think he went a little bit overboard with like the interruptions and all that. Again, I know he was trying to get this guy mad, and he did. He succeeded, and he got him to admit to a lot of things that a lot of people didn't want him to admit to. Right? It was just too much, man, and on both sides. Both sides, one's talking, and then the other one. It really was too much. And I mean, I love that stuff. But it was just too much, man. I actually changed the channel for a little bit. I really did.
Yeah, I like when people are going at each other. I don't like the constant interruptions. For the moderator to have to tell the president, hey, can you wait? I can understand someone feeling like you have to interrupt to get your point across. Yeah. Or maybe you feel like the system's against you, so you're just doing whatever you want. But I just think as the president, it made him look amateurish, sloppy. I don't know. I felt like he could have just let the guy speak, let him get his points across, and then in the crossfire portion, right, the back and forth commentary, that's when you let him have it. that's what I would like to see from whoever's up there. And so that for me kind of made it a little ugly. It was hard to watch, and I like the zingers, coming from both sides, but it wasn't enough of that. It was a little bit too much of that rude interruption.
Yeah, but you know what? Like I watch a lot of Dan Bongino. You know who Dan Bongino is?
Yes.
Yeah. So and he had made a very good point, man. He was saying that in this particular election, this is about the bases. You know what I'm saying? So like he's catering to his conservative base and vice versa, right? I think he's 100% correct, because I think that the people that really do support Trump, they really wanted to see like exactly what he did. Like he really went on the attack, and he was just like, you know what, I'm gonna get you down, and I'm gonna keep you down. And he was just kept going and kept going and kept going. That his base is gonna like that. And then, it comes down to how many people in your base are going out there and going to vote. You know what I mean? So
yeah, but I think when you're in a debate, you have to use timing. You have to use strategy. So there was a comment where the president had said to Biden, "Oh, how many law enforcement agencies support you? Name them." Mm-hmm. Can you name one? And in that,
and he got him there.
Well, he did, but he could have paused, right? Like he kept saying, "Can you name one? Like, tell me." I felt like that was it could have been a powerful moment. It's probably like the most powerful moment for him in the night, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because Joe Biden couldn't think of anything, and I think with the constant interruptions, it just kind of cheapened those kinds of moments.
Yeah.
And on Joe Biden's side, I don't think he was. I will say he did a lot better than I thought he was going to do.
Yeah.
But he still came off a little shaky, in my opinion, and I felt like his team could have prepared him a little bit more. You had to know that Trump was going to come out and attack.
Yeah.
And I don't think you should know if you have law enforcement agencies.
No, of course. Well, he doesn't have any. That's the reason why he couldn't think of any.
I saw a report that said that he actually does.
He doesn't have any. He has individual law enforcement personnel.
Well, the point is,
but he doesn't have a particular agency that's following.
He should have had a response for that.
Yeah. Well, because again,
I felt like both sides didn't prepare very well.
No, well, I mean, what is the thing, man? That well, at least for Biden, in my particular case, what you're asking about the law enforcement aspect of it, they're not even focusing on it because they could care less about that. I mean, how many times have they denounced all the shit that's going on?
Yeah,
they don't, and they're anti-police anyway. You know what I mean?
But that's my point. Like they should be prepared to answer when you go into a debate like this. But he
hasn't had look, and I know he has all this experience and yeah. Listen, man, he is getting older, so obviously, even us as we get older, you forget little things or whatever, right?
I don't forget anything.
Yeah, well, trust me, you have forgotten much. But the point I'm trying to make is that in this particular case, he wasn't even taking questions from reporters and all that. So those little things, believe it or not, that is preparation. You know what I mean? So if you prepare and you're constantly saying over and over and over, or responding to these people, that's going to prepare you in a way. But when you're not doing it, dude, just like anything, man, you get slow. It's just like getting on a treadmill, man. I mean, I could run 3 miles and then not run 3 miles for 2 weeks, and then all of a sudden I get back on a treadmill. I'm like, oh shit, I can't even do this.
No, that's a good point. I mean, yeah, you're right. He's not getting those questions, and it's like you said, like being out of practice. Mm-hmm. But that's my point. I felt like they should have been talking more numbers and policies, and that's the kind of stuff I think a lot of people wanted to hear. In my opinion, for Trump.
Yeah. No, for all of them.
Well, but I was gonna say for Trump, I'm sure there's some people that he could have won over if he wasn't so crazy, and for Biden, I think there's some people who are questioning his mental acuity, mm-hmm. and I think he needed to be able to say some numbers that made sense and didn't seem like he's just making them up. So I don't know. For me, like I said, I thought America was a loser. There was one comment that I wanted to ask you about was that whole thing about Proud Boys. I thought it was an odd. First of all, there was a lot of back and forth talking, but it seemed like an odd statement. And he said something like Proud Boys, like stand by, or stand down and stand by. And then I heard mm-hmm. that someone said no, it was Joe Biden who said Proud Boys, and Trump was repeating it because he said, "What name do you want me to say? What do you want me to say?" Yeah. And I think he has. I know I've heard him come out against white supremacy. I remember hearing it in the past. I just felt like, again, that was another time where he could have been like, let me be clear. I don't support blah, blah, blah. I don't support white supremacy.
See, I disagree with you there, man.
But let me finish. But I think knowing that where he is in this particular race, and I mean, the presidential race,
Mm-hmm.
you know that there are some people out there who are, African American, Hispanic, and some, in the media, they portray the president as being racist. Even though I've seen him do a lot of stuff and try to do a lot of outreach, the numbers seem like you see a lot of Hispanics and African Americans supporting him. I just felt like that was a moment to really kind of like cement it, put a nail in the coffin and be like, look, this is done. I'm supportive of, African Americans and Hispanics. And then he can go over those numbers, highest unemployment, highest, salary, whatever those stats are, he could have done that. But he said, stand down, stand by. Like it did seem funky. It was almost like if you're talking to your fraternity brothers and they're like, for hazing's bad, and you've not spoken out against hazing or whatever, and you're like, my fellow brothers, relax. Oh, I don't want to say I was in a fraternity, so I don't want to say any of our code words or anything. But the point is, it seemed like an odd statement to me.
See, now where I disagree with you.
Wait, can I just say one last thing?
Go ahead.
And then I looked
Thanks
up.
for interrupting, but go ahead. Okay, go ahead, Joe Biden.
I looked up the Proud Boys because
Yeah.
I didn't know anything about them.
Yeah.
And everything I saw, it didn't seem like they were a white supremacist group. I saw that there was actually a press conference in Utah where the head of the local chapter of Black Lives Matters had a joint press conference with the head of the Proud Boys chapter, and they were saying, "Oh no, they're not like that." So again, it was just another confusing kind of a moment.
Well, how earlier I said I changed the channel? I missed that part because I was just like, yo, enough is enough. And I guess that aspect of it, that part of it, even the law enforcement part of it, I missed out on. I saw it later on, like in the news. But this is what my take on the white supremacist thing, okay? How many times do you have to disavow that stuff? Like, how many times do you got to do it? I mean, do you play to the audience every single time? I've already said it. And plenty of times I say it and say it and say it, and you guys don't put it out there because, right, he says the media is anti-Trump, right? So if he says it 50 billion times, now does he need to say it 50 billion in one time? Enough is enough. And guess what? The moderator knows that he said that plenty of times. Why you got to bring that up? I'm not saying that. Yeah. I'm not saying, that it hasn't happened in the past, and then, at least say something like that. In the past, somebody, they've said that, and I know you, and even the moderator said, I know you have disavowed that. You're against them. But and then say to him, then, why do people continue saying that you're this? And then allow him to respond, right? But to put him up there and say, why don't you do it right now and disavow them right now? What? No, I mean, listen, if this other guy over here is saying that he's not going to answer a particular question, then why do I have to answer the particular question?
Yeah.
Why do I have to do it? You know what I mean? And that's the point I'm trying to make, is that he has done it over and over again. And what, now I got to dance for you? Now I got to do it just because you told me to do it? That's where I say that I disagree in that aspect of it. I get it where you're saying that finally just let's put this to rest. For a fact that you can disavow in front of everybody, and then the next time around they're gonna ask you the same shit again, man.
I agree,
and that's the thing, man. So I mean, when does it end?
But
enough is enough.
And
guess what? And guess what? You could say whatever about him and all that, right? But that guy has done so much for minorities in general. End of story. That's it, man. Because where does it end?
Well,
right?
I agree, and what I like is, or what I think has been different for the Republican Party is in all of their events this year at the convention, you saw a lot of they showed a lot of stories from people of color, Hispanic, African Americans, sharing their feedback about how they feel about the country and the Republican Party. So I think that is something that is not really being picked up in the news, because I think I've seen that more than
because
ever.
It doesn't fit their narrative, man.
Okay, but here's my main point about that comment from the president. He should have said, "Hey, I've already done that. I'm not going to keep on answering these questions." I just felt that Proud Boys comment was weird.
Okay.
That's what it was. I was like, if I was his people, I would have prepared him a little bit more, because that was just a weird comment. One thing that he did say, which I kind of got to laugh at because we discussed it, is he said Joe Biden coming out with his mask. It's like a huge mask that covers his whole face. And remember when we first started doing the podcast, I made that comment that he comes out looking like Darth Vader.
Yeah.
So I was waiting for Trump to say, he comes out looking like Darth Vader, but he didn't say it.
Yeah.
That would have been funny. I don't mean to laugh. Because now Biden's like, yeah, my mask ain't that big
they
now,
ain't
right?
Big, right? Yeah, I don't have COVID. You do. Dick.
Yep, exactly. Ha, ha, ha.
Who's laughing now? Who's laughing now?
Who's laughing? Wait. Am I laughing?
Am I laughing? Did I laugh?
Wait, who's laughing? Jill, who's laughing? Hey, so look, let's change it up a little bit. The Tennessee Titans, man, they had a COVID outbreak, and you know we've been talking a lot about sports the last couple of weeks, and I've been getting into it more than usual because I'm excited to see some sports action come back. But now, what's going on? We're going to be canceling games every week potentially?
I don't know, man. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's getting to the point where, I mean, this is the first game that they're actually postponing, and I think they postponed it to Tuesday. But from my understanding, just prior to us starting this, I think I read that more people came down with COVID on the teams. But so I don't know.
Not like players, like support staff?
Yeah, but I mean, you need the support staff too.
Yeah, but if they're playing in empty stadiums and they all got helmets with masks on.
Hey, listen, man, I'm all down to play, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying that for them, I don't think that's,
no, I know.
It's going to be something for them to do.
I'm just joking around.
So who knows? But I'm sure that this is not going to be the first time that's going to happen.
It can't.
You know?
It can't.
You know, those teams, all right, so now they play, let's just say they play on Tuesday, and you have a certain amount of guys that have this COVID thing, right? Okay, now you play a game. Okay, over and done with for the week. But now those two teams are not going to go play two different teams, right? So now you got 4 teams now in the mix that possibly can get infected, right?
Mm-hmm. That's what I mean. I don't know. Every week there's going to be someone getting sick. And
I don't know what they're going to do.
Down.
I don't know. I mean, what do you do? Stop the season now and say, okay, let's play Super Bowl next week?
Or just... Wait, not yet. I got to get my bracket. I know, right? My Super Bowl grid ready.
But I don't know. I don't know what the answer would be. I mean, I never thought how crazy that stuff is, like with the TV and all that. Because think about it. If you say you postpone all games and then you push them back 2 weeks or whatever, right? That stuff interferes then with, like, you know, whatever the next sport that's picking up, right? I don't know, baseball, whatever it is. But yeah, it's just like it becomes difficult for them to rearrange scheduling on TV and all that. And I guess we're so messed up right now in everything, man, that I guess it'll just add to the craziness. So who knows, man? Who knows? But I hope they play, and I just hope that this vaccine hurries and comes quick, and people start taking it, and hopefully it works for everybody, and we just move on and get back into normal life, man. Because aside from the sports in itself, it is affecting everything, man. Yeah. Everything. You know, I'm sad. I'm really sad when I look at Times Square, and it's just empty, man. And you know the Broadway shows and all the people, the actors, the musicians, the stage handler, everybody that works in there, they're all out of work, man.
That's true.
You know what I mean? So that's sad right there, man.
Yeah, and the city's just not the same. Nah. The city's not the same. In fact, I mean, did you heard that story about Rick Moranis getting clocked?
Bro, I just heard that.
Wait, first of all, I'm not laughing because that game, it's like they're playing that game knockout, but I don't even think it's people playing that game like little kids, because that seemed like it was like an older person.
Just an older guy, yeah.
And he just felt like knocking some random guy down.
And you know what? You know what's actually funny about that is, well, again, not funny, but all these cowards that do that, they always do that to older people. Because I remember Rick Moranis, obviously, as the young guy with the glasses, this and that, right? That guy's probably what, in his late 60s?
Yeah,
like maybe 70s.
67 years old.
Come on, dude. I mean, you're gonna go. The guy didn't even see that thing coming, man.
No way.
You know, and they don't do that to other young people that may possibly, just brush it off and then come after you. They do it to older people, and there was I think a couple of cases already where they've done that, and I think it was an older female and an older man.
That's right.
At some point that I read, they fell to the ground, and if they don't get hurt from the punch, they get hurt hitting the damn cement on the ground, man. Mm-hmm. You know, when they hit. And 2 people I know for a fact have already passed away, you know, with that nonsense. You know what I mean? And every single time that I've seen these videos, the guy that hits them, they take off laughing like it's, oh, look what I just did. Yeah, like, look what I accomplished. I just hit an older person.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy, man.
It's sad. It's sad because these young people growing up, they don't have any respect for their elders.
Yeah.
And they have no empathy. It's like life is a video game, like that game Grand Theft Auto. Like they living like they can just go around, you know, knocking people out, just committing crimes, and it's all a game.
And if it wasn't for this gentleman being a celebrity, we wouldn't be talking about this, because that stuff is happening more often than you think.
Yeah.
It's just that it made the news because obviously he's a celebrity. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's crazy. They got to catch that guy, man.
Yeah, I hope they
They got
catch
to
him.
catch that guy. But again, they're going to catch that guy. You know what's going to happen with the new laws here in New York? Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. They're going to give that guy an appearance ticket and say, okay, don't do it again. That's exactly what's going to happen, man.
I know.
And that's what's sad, man. You know, the New York, trying to do this reform nonsense, and people are getting away with murder, man. They really are.
Yeah.
And it sucks, man.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I wish Rick Moranis a speedy recovery.
Absolutely.
And I was trying, I was reading the comments online, and people are so stupid. It was like comments like, honey, I need ice to shrink this welt
big,
on my head or something.
Oh,
people like stupid little things like that. That's what I was talking about, like empathy, because even I chuckled at a couple of them, but then I was like, come on, man, like Rick Moranis.
Yeah, nah. I mean,
did you like that movie Spaceballs?
That was one of the best movies I've ever seen in my life.
Really?
Yeah.
For some reason, that kind of
no, because it
humor-
was so corny. Mel Brooks is a genius, man.
I know, but
he really is. I mean, come on, History of the World. I mean, today you couldn't get away with that shit.
It's
just imagine. Look at the shit that this guy pulled off, man. As a Jewish guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Doing all these movies, right?
He did Silverado, right?
Nah, I don't know.
Was it Silverado?
No,
like
you're talking about Blazing Saddles.
Blazing Saddles. That's what I meant.
There you go. Look, Blazing Saddles.
Yeah.
Like, look, all the shit that he got away with.
Yes, that movie I thought was funny.
Bro, all those movies are funny, man. And you couldn't do that today. No way, man. I mean, the average person that has never seen those movies, right now, fans, please rent these movies, stream them, whatever you want to do. I guarantee you younger people are going to be offended with all these movies that are out there. I guarantee you, there's not one person. Please send us a message on what do we have here? Info at outofthecavepodcast.com. I guarantee you, at least one person out there is going to be offended by some of these movies.
No, they're going to start a move on petition.
Bro, I'm telling you,
take them off.
I'm telling you. Well, guess what? You could do that all you want. I have those movies saved, so it doesn't matter. I'm gonna watch them over.
No, but it's true. Today,
those are some of the best movies out there, man.
Yeah. No. Like I said, Spaceballs. There are there are funny scenes on it. It's just it was never like my.
What do you mean?
Thing.
You mean it appears that your Schwartz is bigger than mine. You remember?
Yeah, I do. No, it's a good movie.
No, listen, it was a masterpiece for me because I'm a huge John Candy fan.
Yeah.
Right? And that guy, I don't think he was ever in a movie that I saw that I just did not enjoy.
Uncle Buck?
Uncle Buck was probably one of my favorites.
I love Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
But that's another one. But it was sad at the end, right?
Where's your hand?
Where's your hand? Between two pillows. Those aren't pillows.
Oh
no, it was classic. But that guy was phenomenal also, and damn man, he died too damn soon.
Too soon.
Oh man, he died too soon.
Yeah, but today people are so weird, man. What they think is appropriate and not appropriate it just drives me a little bit crazy.
Like, you can't win nowadays, man.
No, but it's just
you can't have fun. You can't do anything. I remember watching Saturday Night Live with Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy used to do the whiteface, and they used to have skits left and right. So it's not blackface. He's going from black guy to a white face, right? And he was so funny. I mean, I don't remember not one person ever saying, "Oh my God, what is he doing? He's wearing white face." Not once. Yeah. Today, forget it. You do that the opposite way, and a picture comes out from like 30 years ago, like, oh look, that guy was a racist. Really?
Yeah, but to be fair, in some cases, a lot of people were racist.
What? How do you know? How do you know?
I don't know.
Yeah, you don't know.
I don't know. But if I had to lay some money,
if I had
to lay odds, maybe.
Nah.
Maybe.
Yeah, but so you tell me when the whole turn came into place. Like, say, for instance, back in the day, like the Bruce Lee days, right? They used to hire white actors to portray Chinese guys.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, but they did that for like when they were shooting Westerns and they had like Indians and like the Mexicans, they had white guys and they just tanned them up.
Exactly. So the point I'm trying to make is that in those particular days, right? So you watch the movie, all right, everybody understood that it's a white guy. He's, right?
West Side Story.
Same thing, West Side Story. There you go, right? So you got a white guy, right? Who's, whatever. They put makeup on him to make him look darker or whatever, right? And then nobody had problems with that. All these movies are great.
Maybe
and all that stuff.
people had problems, but they didn't have a voice.
Well, listen, all these movies that you're talking about, like that, they somehow get Academy Awards, bro. They somehow get all the best awards.
Time. It was a different time.
Yeah, but it's the same industry that today now, curses them. You see what I'm saying?
No, that's true.
Well, the point. So there you go. So like now, but let's just say, for instance, so you got the shows, right? And now, you got a white guy that they put so much makeup on him to make him look, black or Hispanic or whatever, right? Okay, so now here comes Halloween. Now you go and do the same thing because now you want to look like the character that you just saw in the movie. You can't pull that shit off, man. You see what I'm saying? You can't pull it off. There's a big problem with that.
Yeah, that's true.
Cultural appropriation and all that.
I
mean, come on, man. I when I was in Japan, the first thing I did was buy a kimono. I actually bought it for my mother, thinking, hey, this is I love the art, cool beautiful, this and that. Today, you wear the kimono out there, bro, and forget it. It's gonna be crazy. That
really?
White, yeah.
I would wear like a.
Go ahead and do it out there, man, and forget it. You wouldn't hear, all craziness from people.
I would wear like an outfit from another.
I'm just saying, somebody's gonna say,
like, I wear like
cultural appropriation. Why are you doing that? Why are you wearing something that has nothing to do with your culture or anything like that?
I guess that's true.
It's crazy, man. Like that, you can't do none of these things no more.
Yeah, I would wear the guayaberas.
Yeah.
In the summertime, and Latino people understand what that is, and it's a nice, cool outfit. And then every now and then I run into like a person who's not Spanish or a white guy or something, like, bro, you look like you work in a barbershop. And I'm like, I guess that's kind of funny, right? Like, you're kind of right. But, it was a cultural shirt to wear and stuff like that.
I'm going to tell you, I don't own one of those.
Hey, I love it.
I don't know.
Let me tell you something. If I got to go to the beach or I'm going to be in a tropical setting, I will wear those all day.
Yeah. Now, if I'm going to go to the beach, I just take off my shirt, bro.
Oh, bro, we don't need to see that, bro.
I'll just take off the shirt. I don't need to. What is it? Guayabera?
Yeah. That would be cruel and unusual punishment, bro. Don't do that.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. These abs? Please, man. People will go crazy over these abs.
You know what? We're talking about, like, kind of inappropriate things like that. And I had a note here of something I wanted to mention to you was a sad story, actually. John Legend and his wife, Chrissy Teigen. They lost a baby.
Yeah.
So, number one, that's super sad. And my heart goes out to them. But I saw the pictures that were being posted on the internet.
That's where they lost me, man.
I was like, that's sus.
I went from feeling sympathy to getting angry.
Well,
because to me, I'm telling you right now, I think those, that was like set up,
It like a setup, right?
It looked like a setup, man. And like, you just lose a baby, and you're gonna have a photographer in there taking pictures of you
in your grievance
and reactions of how. Yeah, that's where you lost me, man. Like, and I'm sympathetic in regards to losing the baby, but the act that you put on after the fact, yeah, I'm not feeling that, man. And listen, fans, whatever you could think of, whatever you want of me or whatever, I'm telling you, it's all about being on film and being on video.
It's weird. It was weird.
I don't get it, man. I mean, if that happened to me, I don't even think I would want anybody near me or knowing anything about what just happened. I need the time for myself, for reflection, to at least sympathize with my wife and just be alone and just like be hurt. You know what I'm saying? But come on, this is what they're doing as soon as they lose the baby.
Yeah.
I mean, could we go into now like other people are saying like for Trump? I think they planned it. I think Trump planned getting the COVID so people could feel sympathy towards him. Well, dude, and when I'm looking at this thing, it almost seems like they planned to do that. Now, why would you do that?
I don't know.
And I hate that I'm saying that, but it almost felt that way. I saw the pictures, man. I wasn't feeling it.
I agree with you. I don't know what could be behind it, because for a second I was like, well, let me think, because I know sometimes celebrities make deals with magazines to get like the first shot of the baby, and then I was like, so maybe did they have like some sort of a contractual arrangement to take like the first shots, and no matter what they had no choice because they were going to be there, like, because no matter what, I would have been, to your point, I think I would be so distraught that I'd be throwing people out the room and just being like, get the fuck out of here, and I want to be alone.
Yeah, well, listen, if you're going to have a contract to do that, to have the first pictures of the baby and all that,
This would be written into it, right?
Yeah,
like a clause?
if there's a baby there, but
Right.
there is no baby now, and then all of a sudden you're gonna just take pictures of a grieving person. That again to me looks like they're just acting.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I hate to say that, but yeah, you're
right. The
right.
picture does look like that. And again, I know everybody's going to jump on the bandwagon and, feel the sympathy for them and this and that. And again, losing the baby, I'm very sympathetic to that. But as far as the pictures and all that, I'm not feeling that, man.
Yeah. Hey, so there was another story that I wanted to talk to you about real quick.
Don't tell me you're going to talk about Harry Styles, man.
Harry Styles. What is it with you and your obsession with this dude?
You know what it is? Everywhere I go, what is it? Watermelon sugar high. What? And I'm thinking, why the hell did I keep singing this shit? Right?
It's a catchy tune.
Everywhere I go in my home, the kids are driving me crazy, and it's Harry Styles. And where did I get One Direction, and I actually kind of like their music, but to me it seemed like for a while there was no One Direction, no Harry Styles, and all of a sudden he just popped up, and now this guy's demanding $700, $1,500 per ticket, man, to go see him in concerts and stuff. And I'm like, this is crazy. Yeah. And so I question my kids, and I'm like, listen, are you guys aware that? And I just say this shit. They're not even listening, but I'm like, this guy doesn't even write his own music. This guy is nobody. He's just singing the song. Dad, how can you say that? This guy's a genius. He's better than you. I'm like, what? Now he's better than me? I said, come on, enough. But dude, I was just wondering because I really don't follow him. Do you know anything about him in regards to why he's so popular?
No, I mean, I know I've seen a lot of interviews, and I've seen him in like events where the impression that I've got about Harry Styles, because he's been around for a while, and I know a lot of young people like him. His music seems okay. Like he reminds me of like Justin Timberlake from NSYNC.
Okay. But
one thing I do like about Harry Styles is I've seen him give back to the community, and so like there's been a lot of shows where he's like doing like community service and supporting his fans and sharing like stories from his own life. He seems like a very genuine kind of a person. Again, I don't particularly follow that band very closely. The music that I hear is the music that you like, Watermelon Sugar, like whatever's being played. I'll download it and I'll listen to it. But
see, I never
from everyone from One Direction, Harry Styles is the guy that I remember, and it's because I've seen him in interviews. The guy hugs his fans. He seems like he's a genuinely nice guy. Gives money to help those less fortunate than him. And I think when you have the opportunity to do that, especially when you're at the top of your game, I always talk about that. Giving back when you're at the top of your game. I respect people like that.
No, but see, you just explained something that I really don't. I didn't have any idea, any knowledge whatsoever in regards to what he's done. You know, not that I have listened to his music, and it's pretty catchy and all that. I could get used to it. I just didn't the way the kids react. I was just saying, who is this guy? I mean, like, where did he pop up from? And I guess I'm just out of the loop in that sense. But going to your point, if he is doing all that and giving back to the community and to the fans and all that stuff. I support him and all that. It was just crazy how like my kids are like, he's a genius and who are you, Dad? And la la la. And I was like, what? Damn, I got competition.
Oh yeah, you definitely have some competition.
Oh man, I got to step up my game.
Yeah,
big time.
We're coming out at the end of the podcast, but I did want to ask you to give a little bit of an update on your Buffalo Bills because let's hear your Bills update. But then also we have some interesting stuff to talk to our fans about in terms of a upcoming segment.
Oh yeah.
So why don't you let's talk about Bills Mafia, right?
All right. So Bills Mafia, here we go. This is probably, how can I say this? I am so excited about being a Buffalo Bill fan this year, right? We started out great last week. LA Rams, they were down a touchdown. 15 seconds left on the clock. Boom, came back, won the game, right? This guy, that Josh Allen, quarterback, the kid is phenomenal. He's not there yet as far as, a superstar, but he's gaining traction, man. And I think he's going to be very exciting to watch in the long run. But we're 3-0. We're going up against the Raiders of Las Vegas now, right? They have a beautiful stadium too, and they're a good team also. I'm hoping that they obviously continue winning. 2 more games. If they can win 2 more games and go undefeated, the following game after that is going to be against the Chiefs, who are the Super Bowl champions.
Yes.
And that I can guarantee you, man, that there will be a lot of people watching that one particular game.
Oh yeah.
Because Patrick Mahomes, he is phenomenal, also, man. And you know what, Bills Mafia, we're gonna keep supporting our Bills. We're going down the line, and we're just gonna take one at a time. 1 week, and let's take down the Chiefs and continue going all the way to the Super Bowl. Finally, let's do this.
Yeah, and you mentioned about Patrick Mahomes. I read that he's expecting his first baby, right?
Is he? Oh yeah, with his girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
What's her name? Ashley or Brittany or whatever? I don't know what her name is.
Some cutie.
Now, God bless him. You know, he's a phenomenal quarterback.
Brittany,
you know, he's Brittany. Yeah. He's a great quarterback. I mean, I can't take that away from him, man. The guy's good, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch that game. As we mentioned before, we have a segment coming up with a special guest. This is our first special guest of the podcast, and we've been talking about doing some special segments. This segment we're going to release later this week, or I should say in the middle of next week. But we have a special guest, Kevin Peters, who is a financial planner and partner at Equinox Financial Partners, and he specializes in financial planning services for athletes and entertainers. Yeah. So he's got some really interesting insight and some great stories to share with us. And also there's a slight connection to that show Ballers. Yeah. So for any of our fans who have listened or who have seen that show, you're going to want to hear this. Yeah, you're going to want to hear this. Yeah. Kevin does he's got some really great stuff, and we had a great time interviewing him. Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, the guy's very knowledgeable in regards to what he does, and you know, the way he described what he does. It's more helping out these young athletes that come up, and you know, him teaching them the value of money and basically the pitfalls of what awaits them. Yeah. And so, you know, I think he basically explained it beautifully. And hopefully the fans will get a great understanding in regards to that type of industry or that business. And it was a good interview, man. Yeah, it was real cool. I definitely enjoyed it. So we hope you guys like it. Definitely make sure that when you listen to the podcast, send us some feedback. You can reach us via email at suggestions@outofthecavepodcast.com. Or you can go to our website, outofthecavepodcast.com, and we have a form there where you can leave some information. Yeah. Also, if you want information in regards to anything that's upcoming, info at outofthecavepodcast.com. You know, we monitor every single one of those mailboxes, so please feel free to send us your messages. Exactly. And also, we set up a new service called Buy Me a Coffee. So if you like what you're hearing and you want to support us, you can buy us a coffee. Visit buymeacoffee.com/outofthecave, and it'll give you the opportunity to just send us a cup of coffee, which we'll appreciate. And since I drink a lot of coffee, please help me out here. Yeah, help his caffeine addiction. So, fans, thank you so much for listening. We really appreciate all the love and support that we've been hearing. Absolutely. We this last week we crossed 160 downloads. Yes. Which for us is a big deal. We've only been doing this for less than a month. Yeah. And we love hearing the feedback, everybody. Good and bad. Yeah, absolutely. So please continue to reach out to us and listen, because we've got a lot more fun stuff coming up. Absolutely. A lot more things to talk about and a lot more people to bring in, and hopefully one of these days we can get to meet our fans. Yeah, exactly. That's going to be the best. That's going to be coming up too. Absolutely, man. Everyone be safe. Have a great weekend, and we look forward to talking to you next week. Enjoy, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye. Bye.